Hello. So yeah, this is my channel. I have no idea what to talk about, considering that this is just going to be a time capsule as I'm planning. So of course something happens to me, in which case, hello and goodbye. Yeah, no, this is going to start off real depressing. So I'm just gonna wing it. The cat's gonna have an asthma attack. That's cool. You all know that from the gaming series that I do with my dad. So this year has just been a lot of pain and misery, to be honest with you. And at this point, I don't know how to cope with it, to be frank. And this is my asthmatic kitty. So I figured I might as well just put together a time capsule, because maybe in a few years I'll be able to look back on this and just remember what shit it was with a smile. Because right now the world feels like it's burning down around me. And that's a normal thing to say. So, to be honest, so January, the world started burning down with the fact that our water heater just started hemorrhaging and half flooding the basement. So we had to wait 3 weeks to get that bitch replaced, which meant that for 3 weeks, I was boiling a huge stock pot to fill up our tub every single day. 6 pots of water for 2 baths, neither of which were for me. 9 pots if I wanted to take a bath myself. Running back and forth, spending all day boiling water, because it would take at least 1 hour to boil a whole pot. So that was fun. Solely my responsibility too, for the most part. But hey, I mean, we got to see Avatar: The Way of Water once, because in spite of this, we all got baths that same day, though Mom was, quite pissed off because she thought that I was taking too long. Because I'm always the last one to get a bath. Why are you like this, cat? It's currently July that I'm filming this, by the way, and there is no script. I just have bullet points to touch on. So, that's fun. I love the feeling of the cat giving me ASMR. Ooh. So yeah. 2023 is starting off shit. The water heater flooded the basement last night. Now we need a new one. I'm so fucking angry. Mom says they're not coming till Wednesday at the latest. It's a separate charge to check the dishwasher, so can't have that replaced. I'm also operating on 5 hours right now, and I feel pretty good, but also dizzy and off-kilter, like things are spinny. It's great. Gotta push through. Got shit to do. I stabbed my toe by dropping a pencil point down on it. Stupid sharp objects. Why do I like my writing implements as sharp as possible? Crispy lines, that's why. My toes aren't for red dipping ink, though. So I was reading some smutty manhwa and, PTSD. Not gonna talk about that. Mom called and got angry because she won't let me do anything. She complains when I don't help, but then she complains when I take initiative. What do you want from me? Apparently, I got the instructions wrong. I was supposed to find a stoppy thing for the sink, then pour boiling water into the empty sink, then do the dishes there, and then rinse in the other chamber of the sink. This feels convoluted. I'm too tired to be angry now. My legs are wobbly from heaving the awkward box down the stairs one step at a time, and my brain hates me from a PTSD reaction. Now I'm angry for no reason. I don't listen to her at all, ever, for any reason. I'm so fucking done. I want out. I hate this shit. Yeah, there's not hot water. She's hungry and bitchy right now, too. My head hurts trying to stifle my emotions to stop from sobbing. She never listens to me. I'm never fucking heard. I tried to minimize the mess. She looks on in confusion, horror, non-understanding, but I'm the crazy one who didn't listen. I didn't empty the sink of just silverware, not the large bowls and plates, just the silverware. To clean the sink, to put the dirty dishes into the clean sink, to clean the dishes, to re-clean the sink, and then clean the counters of the fucking sink gunk. I wanted to minimize the mess by making a small basin I don't have to worry about using the wrong plug for, or a pot, or a Tupperware, so I can clean stuff in there and get it out without putting sink gunk everywhere. I'm done. I hate this. I can't stand this shit. I have to do stuff for B13 and I can't do it. But that's okay, because it doesn't matter. It's just fucking me. I'm tired, she's hungry, and I have no right to feel angry, ignored, or upset. Because I don't matter. My feelings don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter how calmly, rationally, or objectively I approach the situation. She won't care. And my favorite part is that I don't listen. I'm the problem. So, she's gonna stop taking charge or complaining even though she lives here too, because I'll just ignore her. I hear her. I know what she's telling me to do. It makes no goddamn sense. 0 sense. It just doesn't. It's making more mess to clean up another mess. 4 messes is greater than 1. But no, I'm crazy for feeling this way. Way to start off the new year. I threw up. Just feels like misfortune after misfortune for me. Mom's policing my food intake. You shouldn't eat chicken soup. You should eat bland things like pretzels and crackers, but you do you. We don't have pretzels or crackers, really. Why would I eat those, then? Third option, my go-to in starvation, chicken soup. I feel hollow, full, sick, and hungry all at the same time. I can't explain how I would have gotten sick other than food poisoning. My stomach was in pain. I got up to relieve myself of pain, took a liquid shit, and barfed/shitted on the toilet and in the trash can. She thinks it was the 7-hour-old, not preserved ramen I ate. I think it was the potatoes. I'm not sure what it was. All I know is that I don't feel well. I have things to do, like write, or do dishes, or find ways to feed myself, or prep for tomorrow's meeting. Figured out what gave me food poisoning. Extra wet, moldy banana nugget cookies. Like they were growing little white, fluffy clouds. More reasons to hate those fuckers. Want to know the best part? Mom's lecturing me on what I should have done. You could have wrapped the batter and gone to get more flour, but you should have gotten it pretty soon after, though. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Christmas Day. Who would have been open to go get it? Which one of us would have had the time or been willing to go get some? I do remember asking before, though, if we needed flour, but oh well. Wow, what a passive-aggressive way of telling me that I didn't listen again. I thought we had enough. This is why I don't ever do shit by myself, or why I shouldn't ever, right? Baked goods don't typically mold like that, but you probably should have put those in the fridge. Maybe someone should have told me that before I left them in a sealed bin on the counter when they thought of that, because I certainly didn't. Also, hot water, 125, can't wait, or it could be impromptu and earlier. Oh, fucking well, right? Labor, install, pipe footing, disposal, $984. Woot woot. She's never boiled so much water in her life. She's not the one boiling most of this crap. I'm literally burning my tits off because short arms, big boobs is the fucking worst of all with a 15.2 liter pot. She's not steaming her face off, drawing baths, or pouring boiling water on her shirt and toes to fill a sink. It's me and Dad, but we don't count. It's all her. Always. Now Mom's suggesting therapies via podcasts to me. Clearly my mental instability is noticeable, or maybe she thinks it's stopping me from moving on. This is why I keep her at a distance. I didn't ask for help. I want to reject the help. It sounds like sound advice, but when will I have the time to meditate and take care of myself? I don't with all the tasks I have to do. I haven't played Pokemon or anything in days. Saturday, I need to harass Dad to write instead of play. My head's killing me. I have some acid reflux from not eating pushing into my chest cavity, and I feel dizzy and tired. I just gotta push through this wave of mental bullshit. There's green pastures on the other side. Just gotta keep going. It'll pass. It always passes. This is an unfinished diary entry, but I kind of was thinking of writing a song or something with a bunch of natural disaster stuff. Going through a natural disaster? I am a natural disaster. I destroy more than a tornado, hurt more people than a hurricane, drown myself in emotional tsunamis, bury more friends in toxic landslides. I'm shattered more than earthquakes can comprehend. I am the end, and I'm... And then February was probably the suckiest month of all. I'd planned to go somewhere early February, and, not that this is her fault in any way, but Mom ended up getting the flu. And the people I was going to hang out with have autoimmune diseases. And that means I can't go hang out with them because I could potentially transmit the flu. And I didn't want to do that. So, no going out and having fun for me. I couldn't leave during the water heater event at all, because I had to be home 24/7 in order to boil water just in case someone needed it to take a bath. So that's fun. And then February I couldn't go anywhere. And then mid to late February, Smokey, our former old boy, I'll probably put a picture of him somewhere on the screen. He was diagnosed with small intestinal cancer. He used to be so chunky and so big. And then he died. You know? He was shriveling up and dying and turning into a little kitty skeleton. Despite the fact that, again, I'm filming this in July, I try not to think about it. I just avoid it. Because there's nothing I can do. He died. So who cares? Doesn't matter. But for about a little over a week, I couldn't leave the house because someone had to be here for him. Someone had to be here to watch him in case something happened. But for once, I wanted to do something and not feel like I was trapped. And the second that I told someone that I was going to go hang out, they're like, "Do you have anyone to watch over the cat?" And I'm like, "No." But instead, they're just like, "Well, you shouldn't leave him alone." I wouldn't leave him alone. You're making me feel horrible because I decided to go do something for me. I went on a couple-hour photo shoot with a friend, with Jinx. Which the photos of those still haven't come about. I know, I've basically deserted my Instagram because holidays are bullshit, so as of last year, I haven't posted a whole lot. Probably since September. And then everything happened this year, and I just never could get back to it, because why bother? You know? But so, I wanted to do something once for me, and I was just told how guilty I should feel. So I'm leaving him. I left him for just a couple hours. But the whole time I was gone, all I could think about was the fact that he might need me any second. Something could happen. And if I wasn't there, that would be the end of the world for everybody.
Mom tried to make me feel better about it, saying, like, whatever's gonna happen to him is gonna happen to him. Whether he kicks the bucket in 5 minutes, or whether he kicks the bucket in 5 days. Whatever's gonna happen is whatever's gonna happen. He was going blind. He had goo coming out of his eyes. He couldn't see. He was walking into walls. He stopped eating, which is so weird for this cat. With binge eating disorder. You know, you just put food down and he'll eat till he pukes, and then he'll keep begging you for more food. You know. But, one of the hardest decisions we had to make was February 26th. We had to put him down. Because we couldn't continue to watch him suffer like that. We couldn't continue to watch him die. You know? Because our vet, they didn't want to put him down. They kept telling us, wait until he stops eating completely, and then we will consider euthanasia. He maybe would take a nibble here or there. You know? And as I would explain to people, my parents got the option to not have to watch. They got the option to go to work every single day. And Mom's like, I have to go to work and pretend that everything's fine. I'm like, I don't get to go anywhere. Because I'm a homebody. I just stay here and do my B13 thing and hope that it makes money one day. I'm trying to make a business happen. And her whole thing on it is she has to go to work and pretend she's fine. I have to stay here 24/7 and watch. Should be talking about this in past tense. Because again, he's no longer with us. Mom had put up a shelf some weeks later and put all of the dead pets on them. It's over the camera up there where you can't see. You know. So makes me sad.
So I see it's been a bit. I mean, the water heater got replaced, Ellen got sick, and work picks up finally, only to come crashing to a halt. Got invited to a thing, couldn't go to the thing because Mom got sick. Enraged. Update. G's on the verge of losing his job due to medical things. Ellen and G have stomach issues, so they're both ill. Jay's cynical as usual in a way that digs and hurts me a bit. And my cat might be dying. Smokey may have to go soon. I can't stop crying thinking about it. Limbo continues for me, because time keeps moving forward, but I don't. Smokey is lighter than baby. He feels so light. He drinks a lot. He doesn't hear well, or seem to care for food as much, and he weighs nothing. He's a sack of bones. Trying not to feel much about it. But it's not fucking working. I'm tired now. I haven't really done anything today. I have no right to complain to the group. G and E are throwing a pity party because of illness and impending unemployment, and I'm trying to just be supportive. I swear if they bring it up, I'm just gonna hang up. I'm not in any shape right now to cope with that conversation. I can already feel the conversation coming into play. 2023 is gonna be our year. Bullshit. In more positive news, I'm planning a YouTube channel. I'm gonna play games with Dad, and I'm thinking of doing shorts. Also, thinking about doing a Tamagotchi life series with my main characters once I have enough popularity. Gotta stay distracted. Smokey's eye has fluid coming out of it. Makes me think he's crying. And he's not really eating. His weight is still bad. He still feels like a sack of bones. The fluid has blocked his vision up mostly, and it looks swollen. I don't know what to do. I can't panic because he'd know something's wrong, even if he does already. I shouldn't panic because that would allude to me knowing there's something to do, but there's nothing to do. I can't do anything, and I have no clue where I'd even start because Mom has all the money. So even if I could drive him to a pet hospital, it'd be so long to drive out to Gaithersburg and then back home to grab Smokey, throw him in a crate, and drive him out to Westminster where a pet hospital is. His doctor's appointment is in 5 days, but what can I do? He's suffering now. There's nothing to do. I don't think he's gonna make it. Help. Someone. Please. Spare Smokey Bear. I feel like he's probably in a lot of pain. I wish he wasn't. I can't even get away from it. I just get to watch him waste away. I kinda envy the people who come home and their pet's just dead, or they drop dead in front of them. They didn't really have to watch and wait and feel helpless and hopeless and pretend everything's fine. Fuck, I hate this. Part of me wants to talk to Rob, but I also don't want to stress or burden anyone with this crap. It's not worth it. I don't want to go anywhere this weekend with Jay. I don't really want to talk to anyone at all. I just want my bear to get better, or not suffer as he leaves us. She's getting shitty with me about the doctor's office being closed for the boys, and I need to give him more food because maybe he wants food. I think he wants to see. And now she's complaining about the fountain being filthy. She's going off about how much we're feeding them. Fun fact, it's less than before. I keep having these thoughts that she's going to blame me. I can't drive, I don't have a job, pets are expensive, it's my fault Smokey's going to croak. She's the recycle hero! Dad didn't put the recycle out, so she poked him just as they showed up, and he brought it out just in time. Why wouldn't you do it then? I can't handle talking to her. I can't fucking even. Fuck everything. Fuck everything. Why do I have to be the one in charge or aware of all of Dad's stuff? Fucking A. I can't handle her right now. Did he go to his appointment? Did he lose his temp crown? Money, money, money. Why is it my job? I'm so done. I can't take her shit. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I want to scream. I want to stab things. Maybe myself. I'm so fucking done with her and this shit. Just gonna have to pretend to be fine. Just keep pretending. It's fine. I keep exploding because I'm so fucking done. Now she's gonna call my eczema a psychosomatic reaction. I just know it because I finally told her the chapstick doesn't hurt my face. Face skin and hand skin are different, but it probably won't matter. Chapstick, Neosporin, and Aquaphor are clearly all bad. I'm crazy. Clearly. I feel tired and weak. I have photos to edit and videos to redo. I have no energy. In March, my grandma, let's see, she ended up going to the hospital because she was pooping blood, and they had to get in there and cauterize the wound. She was in there for a few days, and she was fine, but it was still really scary. And then, about a week and some change later, Mom went into the hospital for having a cardiac event with atrial fibrillation. And then they put her on medication, which she kept rage taking out on me every single day, but she hated taking it. And it only got 10 times worse when she was on her period. Because, despite the fact that I'm 21, my mom is not in or through menopause yet. So, that's a thing. Let's see. Oh, yeah. In April, our entire household got COVID. Me, Mom, Dad. It was Dad and I's first run of COVID. 2023, people are still getting COVID. Yay. But then, it's just how it be. nothing else really happened. It was just kind of... In May, I got my permit on May the 4th. You know, still had COVID, but Mom was better, so she dragged me around and decided to make me get my permit back, because I don't have any other forms of ID. Not allowed to. So that's a thing. 21 years old and I'm still a fucking prisoner. Either way, I ended up getting my permit and passing pretty much the whole thing with ease. Now I just have to learn how to drive. And I will be free. Whoopee. Even though driving is terrifying, and I honestly don't want to at all. Ever. And a lot of you may be wondering, well, why not if you want freedom so bad? I can't drive for shit. The one person who's ever taught me, because my mom is so restrictive on who is allowed to teach me, she's such a perfect driver that she thinks she can teach me. Yet she has panic attacks every time I'm behind the wheel and or compulsively controls me and doesn't let me learn. And so because we butt heads, I refuse to get behind the wheel with her teaching me. So that's a thing. And reasons why I haven't finished learning yet is because even when I got my permit the first time, I gave Mom some constructive criticism, probably in a more aggressive manner than I ever intended for it to be. And she quit teaching me, and then told me basically no one's allowed to teach me how to drive because no one's a good enough driver to teach me. So that's a thing. Yay. Either way. So I got my permit. Despite being day 7 of COVID, I think, so I was out of my 5 days of oh shit, but I was still wearing a mask. Which was anxiety-inducing because the lady behind the counter couldn't fucking hear me for shit. Like, she just kept telling me to speak up, and then anytime I didn't answer within enough time, they would both just start going off, and I'm like, please stop. So that's a thing. So I got my permit. I'm not excited about having to learn how to drive, but, you know. Because people are dumbasses, people are assholes when they drive, and, everyone tells me, oh, just predict what they're going to do. I'm sorry. I'm not in control of the other people around me. How am I supposed to just assume they're going to do things? People don't understand how overwhelming that sounds. They're like, you don't need to just learn how to drive. You need to learn how to defensive drive. You need to be able to anticipate what everyone around you is doing. How am I supposed to do that? Because people are fucking crazy? But so, let's see, aside from that, the Cannabis 101 brochure came out, and at this current time, it's still not doing well, because why would it be? And Gandalf quit his job at some point in that time, because that was a smart decision. And Mom just wouldn't stop taking out all of her frustrations towards them at me, because that's what we do around here. I'm the doormat for everybody. So that's fun. But so,
let's see, June. Oh, June was the Sharpie disaster, as I'll call it, where I had to quickly repaint my room because so a trick that I learned via the internet. I'm gonna check if the camera's... Okay, it's got like 2 minutes. Okay. Shit. So a trick that I learned via the internet is that if you take a Sharpie, you tie it to like a string, and you spin it, the ink will move from the back end of the Sharpie to the front, so if there's still ink in it, you can revive it that way. Let's be honest, it was 5 a.m. when I had this spark of inspiration, because I typically write lists, to-do lists on my arm in Sharpie. And my brilliant plan went up in smoke, because I realized that if you have the cap on the front end of the Sharpie, it'll all just go to the back. So I took the cap off. And after taking the cap off, I then realized, oh shit, it's splattering the walls and every surface. So in a panic frenzy with lots of crying and sobbing, I kind of just started sleeping on the couch with Dad, because I didn't have anywhere else to sleep, and was losing sleep every day because, well, I had to paint the walls in my room, and you can't apparently sleep when you've painted. So, that was fun. And the Cannabis 101 brochure is not selling like we thought it would in June, so that's a thing. And again, everything feels like it's blowing up around me. Everything's going up in smoke. So that's fun. I was explaining to Mom how I gently corrected Scott when he called me Beth's daughter because I'm gender fluid. Mom asks, so does your dad use Dawnsk? Audience pending, but yeah, he does. Ellen calls me Dawnskaroony, which I find cringy, and Dad calls me Dawnski, but yeah. And she starts to cry. I don't understand. I feel like I'm supposed to forget all those times we sang your name to you, the song I wrote for you. Do you remember that? Us singing to you? No, I don't. And that's the truth. I really don't. I remember being in the sea of pink sheets with my parents until I fell asleep at one point. You were 4 or 5, she cried more. I said nothing, because that's what good little girls do. A voice told me in my head. I remember being in the sea of pink Dora sheets and hearing them tell me stories or singing me to sleep. Me between my mom and dad, and everything was good and happy, and there were no fights and there were just laughs. And while I was left alone often, everything was good in those moments. But I didn't say that. Then she asked me again if I remember, and I said no. You must have blocked it out. No shit. I've blocked a lot of things out for my own safety. I've tried to block out the beatings, the fights, the hunger, the rules. But of course, the good goes first. I know it's not about me. Sure feels like it's about you. But I just want to understand. You won't use your name, your last name. What did we do wrong? I know nothing will fix this. Nothing, the voice in my head thinks on the spot. You did nothing wrong. It's a me problem. I'm the one at fault. I'm me, and that's the worst thing ever. But I stay silent. Another voice goes on the attack. You did everything wrong. Some people get off on pity and then getting confirmation. I won't give you the satisfaction or spur on more wrath or despair. So you did everything wrong. But I stay silent. Mom continues to cry. Why don't you use your name? Is there a reason you want to change your name? I feel like you're ashamed of us.
A voice immediately responds, maybe it's because I'm your little parasite and I want to be my own person, treated like my own person, but you're so extreme. You'll move that to the worst possibility and force me to leave the house with nothing like you almost did when I was 16. Because if I'm not a copy of you, then I'm no one. But I stay silent. Is there a reason you want to change your name? Again, that parasite thing, the voice calls. No, I say with slight aggression. Again, that parasite thing, the voice calls. No, I say with slight aggression. My vision has been going out for some time now. Everything looks like it's put through white noise. Fuzzy, filmy, darkening, no shapes, less color, less light, less dark, all nothingness. Then why? I want to understand, but I don't, she says. Even I don't understand him myself at times. Another voice chuckles. I just am who I am. That's what matters. But I stay silent and move away from her physically. Are we just a means to an end? When you get popular, are you just gonna leave and cut off all contact with us? Mom asks. If you're gonna be like this, then I should. The voice goes again. I mean, that was my plan, yes, but now I'm thinking I can't do that because it's too obvious. You'll just find me and entrap me again. I can never leave. Another voice screams, lie, 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 lie. But I stay silent. I feel like I'm supposed to forget, she sobs. I'm supposed to forget your name, forget the song, forget those memories, forget that I gave birth to you, forget that any of it happened. No one said you have to do that, I say. It feels like I have to, Mom bursts. I think I put it best to Doug, I think. I'm still here. Still here. Just different. A little bit. I know he felt like I died, but I'm still here. Somewhere. Buried at the recesses of my mind is that person. Too broken and shattered to come forth anymore, the voice chimes. But I'm still here. I'm not gone. You won't understand that, though. I don't understand at times either. Are you gonna say anything? She cries. I don't know what to say. And that's the truth. How do I smooth this over? How do I undo what I did? How do I be that bright, smiling little girl who tackled her mom when she came home, even if it was 10 o'clock? How do I be that kid who abstinently refused to clean her room while Mom played on her phone as the kid played, while Mom occasionally looked up long enough to chastise her with one sentence? How do I pretend I'm not me anymore? How do I turn back time and uncome out? How do I rewind the clock to never be given my magic name, a name that felt more connective than my birth name ever did with less reinforcement? How do I forget and move on and tread the path that was laid out before me and hop back on the rails? I haven't even had breakfast and I feel like dog shit. Guess I better go put the food away and not bother eating till later. I don't deserve it. Failure shouldn't eat. The irony is that Scott sent me an email to my gentle correction, saying how he was proud of me for living my truth, for being my authentic self. That feels like a mistake now. Being trans is a death sentence. I never should have lived my truth. Who I am means nothing because I am nothing as well. Who cares who I am? I guess I better go get my license, get a real job, and fully give up on my dreams. Just one more project. The end. Mom swore no more roommates after Rob. She's already broken that promise now. Great. This is going to backfire on us somehow. I can feel it. Her shit boyfriend is going to find a way to hunt her down and we'll be on his list. I can't wait. Or she'll bring fleas. Fucking fleas. Can't fucking wait. She's not thinking 10 steps ahead. This lady won't mooch. She hasn't been. She's okay with whatever. She used to live in a dirty shack with no doors. I don't care. I need to get out more than ever. I want to talk to G&E, but they're having fun. Far be it from me to ruin such things. I want to go for a walk. Maybe tonight I'll get Dad to do it. Confirm, Dad wants to do walkies. This is why I have to keep promises. I'm so used to them being broken. Swearsies is meaningless when you don't follow through. I will take every promise with me to my grave and hopefully keep every single one before I actually perish. How many broken promises do we have to have before we actually keep one? I've never met this lady. Dad's never met her either. She's from Mom's Maryland high school days. So, it's been 20-some-odd years. People change. She's desperate for a job. So, she wants to leave. She's flaked before on that multiple times. She doesn't want to be homeless. She basically was before. I get it. A roof is nice, but what about us? We can't support you long term, so what happens if she uses us? The end.